I don't know if you hear that in the background, the sound of a Saturday morning in fall, the sound of leaf blowers and landscapers. I just closed one of the windows and I can still hear it as if I'm standing next to it. I don't know whether we'll see whether. Hopefully, you don't hear too much of that droning on in the background. Here's something from Neville. Life does not care whether you call yourself rich or poor, strong or weak. It will eternally reward you with that which you claim as true of yourself. Hey, look, we all need help with this, right? We all need help with this because, you know, you get sucked into the daily, day by day, and if you don't watch your mental diet and your inner conversations, and you're looking around at the 3D, whether it's looking at yourself in the mirror, looking at your bank account balance, or anything, you tend to get sucked in, you may end up getting into an argument with a spouse over money or something else. And it's difficult, it's difficult to prune that tree, that bush of the mind, to disregard the 3D. But it takes discipline and practice. And, we all need to be reminded of that the 3D is not truly the real reality. It's a reflection of the internal. It's what we've been telling ourselves for years and years, These programs don't change overnight in most cases because there's all remnants of that, It's like you can be trying to establish, I'm using like computer terminology here, but you could be trying to institute a new program and doing, say, 60% well at it or 70% well at it, but there's always that 40 or 30% of the old program still running, that you haven't, totally gotten rid of. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just get better and better every day. Try to become more disciplined. And, I'm not saying, if anything, from my videos and when I talk that I don't hold myself up. I may be doing a YouTube channel here. You see, there's something about YouTube creators. YouTube creators, of course, they want to put themselves out there as an authority figure in a way, because they're taking the lead. But they're all real people. We're all real, we all have our lives and our challenges. Whether or not they choose to reflect that, is up to them. But they face all that same thing in their personal lives, whether they express it on their channel or not. So I choose to just let it go if I feel like saying it. I just can't help it. It's how I am. It's how I'm, So, and I think that some people may appreciate that. That could be refreshing at times, total honesty like that. That's just who and what I am. And I go with it. So, while I believe I'm on the correct path, and I know through my experiences, through my life, even before I knew Neville, that that this stuff genuinely works and is real, I get sucked in too. Just as Neville says, my dog may bark. He's looking around. He hears people talking in other yards, and he still hasn't gotten it through his head that those people over the fence actually live over there. Their dog doesn't bark at us, so their dog must be smarter. Anyway, I have 4 dogs and 2 cats and a foster cat, thanks to the wife. So, anyway, Neville talks about how people, they carry on these mental arguments in their head, and they're told, when they would tell them, oh, please, let me just set them off one more time. It feels so good, like in your mind, to set off whoever you're arguing with, And he's like, no, stop it. When you realize you're doing it, stop it. So that's what you need to do. When you realize you're getting sucked in, level set and stop it. Neville calls it a mental miscarriage. Create a mental miscarriage of that thought, and don't spend another second on it when you realize you're doing it, and and prune that thought. Prune that thought. You need to prune that tree in your mind. You have to wisely wound it, he calls it, in order to get it in line and get the proper thinking, established. And, it's a challenge for a lot of people. So just keep at it. Keep at it, and with practice over time, you get better and better. And, it'll take different people, different lengths of time to do that. Because, we're all kind of different. We all have different experiences and different lives, different holograms, 3Ds. Some people start out and are always monetarily wealthy, but they may have other challenges like relationships and things like that, or drug addictions that they deal with. Different challenges. Some people may have loving relationships and all that perfect, but they have money challenges. Pick your poison. Pick your poison on what you're dealing with in your 3D, and just gradually get better every day. So as Neville says, this quote again, life does not care whether you call yourself rich or poor, strong or weak. It will eternally reward you with that which you claim as true of yourself. So just claim the ideal as true of yourself and keep doing it. Keep sticking with it. And, it'll work out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please go back and watch the Neville lectures in my videos. I'm going to say this every video for anybody who made it to the end. I know not everybody makes it to the end. Not everybody watches more than a minute or two. It happens. Just YouTube analytics tell us that. Please go back and watch those videos, the Neville lectures I'm talking about. You can see the timestamps, and I even have some shorter clips of those sprinkled about, where I'll take an excerpt from a Neville lecture of him speaking. It'll only be like, say, 6 or 12 minutes or something, versus the 45 or more for the entire lecture. Bite size. Sometimes I call them Neville bits or things like that. And also please look at my descriptions for my videos. Every so often I'm going to pop links in there of things. So anyway, thank you, and see you in the next video.